Mental health in general is one of the biggest issues that we face in the healthcare industry as a whole. Our mental health has a profound impact even on our physical health and our spiritual health. And especially where we are now in society, there's so much fragmentation and there's a lot of isolation, and I think COVID pointed out, brought to the fore a lot of that. And there's a lot of people suffering from mental health issues that we didn't know were suffering before. And so on a number of levels, it's important to address mental health. I'm not sure if that's actually the case anymore. I think it's pretty much front and center, but that there's a lot of education that needs to be done around mental health. And one of the things that's glaring, right, is the suicide rate. Over a period of, a decade, just increased exponentially, really. And then went down a little bit, but since COVID has gone right back up. Most people don't see that coming, right? And why is that? Anxiety, depression, mental health affects everything. Porn use, porn addiction, drug use, opioid use. There's just so much going on now that we're becoming increasingly aware of that people don't know how to handle or what to do with. That's a great question, actually, and not so easy to answer. And the reason why I don't think that's so easy to answer is because A, it's hard to find help. Not everybody is a good fit for everybody, right? So not every person that calls me is a good fit for me, and vice versa. I always say to people that it takes a tremendous amount of courage. I appreciate their courage in reaching out because it's hard to reach out to somebody that you don't know. I wish it were easier for people to turn to family, community, parishes. It's hard. It's hard. I think science and faith go hand in hand. Fides et ratio makes that clear as a good explanation of how faith and reason work together. Medicine is a tool. Medicine is a means to an end. But when we use technology or medical technology to pursue absolute freedom without respecting the limits that are inherent in true freedom, then we run into problems. We're mental, physical, spiritual creatures. They go hand in hand. So, for example, there's a whole lot of emerging science on gut and brain health, right? So to some extent, and your metabolic health affects your mental health and vice versa. It goes both ways. So there's a whole lot of research where it can go hand in hand. Nobody escapes the question of faith, right? It is part of our life, whether we are addressing it directly or not. We all have faith in some sense. And faith can be a very big part of our mental health and rehabilitation journey. People who are rooted intentionally in their faith practice of some sort are better able to engage some of that rehabilitative process, the ups and downs, grief, for example, loss, suffering. They have a way of understanding it. They have a way of handling it. They have support in that. And they have the grace of sacraments, for example, that can support that, grace builds on nature, and it just supports that journey. When somebody seems distant, when somebody seems off, when somebody's not responding as they typically would. Sometimes it's when people are extra happy, when people start dropping, saying things, expressing their stress level, worries, anxieties, fears. Sometimes it's just a sense you get, from somebody. It seems like you're struggling, or how are you? What's going on? Maintaining connections with others is so important. And when somebody becomes disconnected or feels disconnected, or when we see somebody is pulling away, those are all cues. Love them where they're at. Just accompany them and love them where they're at. You can't force somebody to do something that they're not ready or don't want to do or don't believe in doing. But you can love people where they're at and just keep loving them where they're at. Do your best to accompany people. I got a theology degree in Rome, and one of the things that I understood was all these ordained priests that we have are also human beings in need of friendship and community and support. Priests cannot do everything for all of us, and they're ordained ministers, and they're still humans. Part of it goes back to education. We have to be aware. We have to educate at the parish level that this is a massive need, even in our own parishes. In every single parish, it's a massive need. And so we need to do a lot more education around it.